was that I just like completely flaked on and hit? That's good, Chris. Let's just run random shit over. Alright, hello everybody. This is Unstable Boy. Just riding out to the archery range for archery day, actually. It's an open house we have every year. This is the second time we're having it. They just revamped the archery range and made it all pretty. So I'm going to that, just hang out with the guys. But I want to talk to you about Ninja bike I'm riding, Ninja 250R. Ooh, feel that 250 cubic centimeters of, well, nothing. I mean, there's nothing really special about this bike. This is a standard 250. Haven't really done much to it other than repair it from its little incident I had a month ago. You know, my amazing body work. Still waiting for pieces from eBay. Need a front rim. It wobbles a bit at speed. Got the turn signals. I just have to get the mounting hardware, get those on, and need some new tires. That's about it. I mean, it's a fun little bike. Been riding it for 4 months now, and I love this thing. I mean, it's so light. It's quick enough. I mean, you know, you don't need 100 miles an hour down the highway speed, even though it will do that. But I mean, it's just so fun. You know, it's light as hell. You can toss it into turns like you wouldn't imagine, and it just goes. Even with the crap tires I have on it now, it just sticks. But you know, the main thing I want to talk about is not the bike, because I mean, most of you either have ridden the 250, started with something similar, or know somebody that has one, or you know, you can just go out and get one cheap. But I want to talk about people's reaction when they find out I'm riding a 250. I mean, the main reaction I get is you know, that I'm a new rider. But I've been riding since 2006, 6 years now. I've got 25,000 miles plus, give or take. Yeah, I got a lot of miles under my belt, so I'm not a new rider. So a lot of people are like, what are you doing on a 250? You know, isn't that like a beginner bike? Isn't that a toy? And you know, after that initial reaction, that's when things differ, you know. I mean, there's a large group of people that will look at the 250 and be riding it, and they'll just blow me off, you know, because, you know, I'm not riding a real bike, I'm riding a toy. You know, I can't possibly be a real rider because I'm not riding a, you know, a Gixxer 1000 or a Hayabusa or the Ninja 650 or something, you know, like that. You know, those are generally either the squids who are riding around in t-shirt and shorts and think they're all shit, but you know, they're just shit, or you know, those are the wannabe racers who, you know, dress up in the full Power Ranger suit and, you know, think they're Valentino Rossi going around the turns. Dragging my foot. That's one thing. I'm kind of big for the bike. I don't drag the foot pegs. My feet hang on enough. I drag my feet. You know, so there's the first reaction I usually get. You know, unfortunately, the majority of people in this area that ride sport bikes or sport type bikes, they're you know, they're off to show off to somebody. They're doing the wheelies, they're doing all that crap, and you know, they just want to be cooler than you. You know, the other group is generally cruiser riders, mostly Harleys, and you know, real quickly, hey, you mentioned the word ninja, and right away, you know, a large group of them just right there shut you off because, oh, it's a sport bike. It's one of those them sport bike riders, and you know, those are generally the guys who have the boring day job during the day, and then they get on their Harley because they think they feel badass. And they hang out with their other Harley accountant biker badass friends, and they go and drink too much beer and then go ride home and crash and die. But you know, they look cool in their leather jacket with their club name on it. But you know, they're typical Harley attitude riders. Then you find the people that don't really ride, and you know, you sit there say Ninja 250, they think it's this tiny little crotch rock where I'm bent over like, you know, I'm laying on my stomach, but not really. It's more of a standard than a sport bike. I think they call it a sport standard now, which is silly, but I mean, I'm sitting up. Only thing is my feet are a little bit more back than I would like, but I can deal with that. But yeah, I mean, that's. But the other group, and the one that is most important to me, is people who I mentioned. You know, go a little faster this road. Don't want to get a ticket. Yeah, I mentioned, you know, I ride a Ninja 250, and you know, they're like, oh, those are so cool. You know, you know, either A, they had one and they rode them around, or B, they know a friend that has one, and they, you know, they get it. They get why it's so much fun to ride one. And generally, those people are the guys who will ride anything, whether or not they're primary bikes, you know, a touring bike or a cruiser, a sport bike. They get why that 2 wheels is 2 wheels, you know, and they, you know, they're interested in trying everything. They're not just, they just don't want to get into the little clique and be cool with the other guys. They want to experience riding, you know. And that's what I found this bike really, you know, they pulls them out of the woodwork, because you can tell right away, you know, you just start talking to them, and you know, start talking about the bike, and you know, they're enthusiastic about it, like, you know, like one of the guys at the archery range. He might be there, I don't know, he might be working. You know, he rides a SV650, it's a Suzuki, and you know, I brought the bike to the range before. Yeah, we were talking about bike riding, you know, stuff. I brought the bike to the range before, and he's like, right away, he's like, oh man, you know, can I sit on it? Can I feel it? You know, it's like, yeah, go ahead. You know, if you had his gear with him, I would have let him take it around the block. But you know, and that's the type of people I like to hang out with. You know, the real riders. You know, not just the guys who are, you know, in it for the image. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Have you noticed certain types of bikes that attract the different riders more than others? I mean, is there, I mean, I know this one does, but is there any others? I mean, the one type of bike I haven't ridden is, you know, the supermotos, which I would like to try, because those, everything I see, those things are a blast. Maybe I'll borrow my uncle's. He's got one of the Suzuki 650 supermotos, if he'll let me borrow it. You know, he's kind of a pain in the ass like that. I know he won't let me borrow his ST 1200, but, or 1300. But he doesn't let anybody borrow that one. But yeah, I mean, you know, guys that ride supermotors, if you notice that, you know, it attracts a certain type of rider. I mean, know, let me know in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Let's get some riding done. Cold tires. Let's not throw it into any turns yet. Don't want to crash again. Come on, Toyota. You're almost going speed limit. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Yes, 45. Yay. I know, don't quit my day job.